and welcome back to my channel. Today I am posting a video about my weight loss or weight loss in general, just giving you guys some tips on what has worked for me and what products I'm using and things like that, just to help you guys out if you guys are also trying to lose weight and to answer some questions because a lot of people have wondered. I have lost about 60 pounds since I started my YouTube channel. I've lost over 100 in total in the past year. And so I definitely have a big difference in the way I look now versus then. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures that are super embarrassing of when I was bigger and then compared to how I am now. And yeah, so if you wanna see how I've lost the weight and see just my tips and tricks and things like that, then you're in the right place. Just keep on watching. But before you do, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to join the family, and make sure you hit that notification bell next to it so that you can get a notification every time I post a new video and you can come hang out with me. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the video. So first of all, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit about me and my weight history and things like that. So first of all, I am 31 years old and I have personally birthed 4 children. I say that because I have 6 children in total. 2 of them are my stepchildren, and I have given birth to 4 children. 3 of them were pretty much back to back. Well, 2 were back to back, and then a 4-year gap, and then I had my son, and then another 4-year gap, and I had my daughter, and I will not be having any more kids. But basically, I say that because when I was in college, I was like a size 7, I want to say 5'7", just depending on you know, who the makers were and how it was made and stuff like that. So I was pretty small because I'm tall, and I had, you know, bigger hips and stuff like that, but I had a really small waist and things like that, and I was in really good shape, and I did a little bit of modeling and stuff like that when I was in college. But then when I got pregnant, I blew up. Like, my breasts went from a size B to a size triple D. It was crazy, and I gained a whole lot of weight. I was like over 200 pounds, I want to say. And so then after I had my daughter, well, while I was pregnant with, sorry, I'm gonna backtrack, it's a lot of thinking. I should have wrote all this down. Okay, so while I was pregnant with my daughter, I met my husband, and we got together, and after my daughter was born, he adopted her, but you know, he wanted a baby with me also. You know, that's both of ours. And so after we had my daughter, we pretty much immediately started trying to get pregnant together. And so we got pregnant with our daughter Jasmine. And so after I had Jaden, I lost probably half the weight that I gained while I was pregnant. And I lost the weight I probably got back down to about 180 or so, I want to say. And then I got pregnant with Jasmine. And during my pregnancy with Jasmine, I got up to about 250 or so. And it was difficult for me because I had never been that big before, and I was probably about a size 18 or so. And I didn't really know what to do because you can't really diet whenever you're pregnant, and I was on bed rest. I was having a lot of problems with premature labor and things like that, and so I wasn't able to work out, I wasn't able to diet or do anything like that. So pretty much all I could do was just gain the weight and hope that I would be able to lose it after I had my daughter. And so after I had Jasmine, I probably got back down to about 200 pounds, but then I had 10 miscarriages back to back. And I know that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people. It's a touchy subject for myself. What happened is I got a Mirena and had it put in right after I had my daughter. We were gonna wait a little bit, and I started having mood swings. My hair was falling out. I gained a whole bunch of weight back, and it was just a lot of really bad problems with the Mirena. I started having really bad cramps. My cycle was off. It was really bad. I got pregnant while I had the Mirena in and had a miscarriage, and so I was like, that's it, I'm getting it taken out. So we got the Mirena taken out, and after we got the Mirena taken out, when I went in to go get it done, they told me, you know, they were gonna take it out, but they didn't check it or anything. They just kind of yanked it out, and it was actually embedded in my uterus, and so it made a hole in my uterus, and well, somehow, some way up there that way. And so it made it difficult for me to stay pregnant, I guess. I didn't have any problems getting pregnant. I would get pregnant and then I would have a miscarriage pretty early on, about 8 to 10 weeks or so. But I had it in my head that I wanted one more baby, and so we wanted to try. And so unfortunately we had 10 miscarriages, and I know a lot of people might say, oh, that's way too many, you know, you should have given up and this, that, and the other, you know, but it was a really hard situation for me during that time. And I went into a really deep depression, and I gained even more weight, and I did eventually seek mental health help and got put on some medication. And long story short, me and my husband basically just said, you know, this is the last time we're going to try, and if it doesn't happen, we're going to take measures to not be able to get pregnant anymore. And so I was pregnant with my son, and you know, the doctors and everybody said there's no way it's gonna last, but it did, and I was able to carry my son all the way through to term with the very close watching of a high-risk doctor. And so I carried him all the way to term. I think he was 38 weeks, 36 weeks, something like that, and he came. And he is a beautiful, amazing, perfect little boy, and I wish I had more boys, but he's the only one. I don't think that it would have been fair for the world for me to be blessed with 2 little boys as perfect as him. But anyway, so this video isn't about my son, this is about my weight, but I don't know. So it's part of the story. But so after I had my son, obviously I had gained a whole lot of weight from the depression and then the pregnancy on top of it and everything else. And so then after I had him, I did a whole lot of work to lose the weight. We would go to the gym, and we would get there at like 8 a.m. in the morning, and we would stay the whole day, and we were in the gym until probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, we were there all day long. We would go in, and it was a Gold's Gym, and we would take my son and my daughter, and at the time, because Jasmine wasn't in school yet, and we would drop them off in the little daycare room, and I would do water aerobics, I would lift weights, I'd do hip hop class, and water Zumba, and regular Zumba, and ab workout class, and yoga, and Pilates, and all those kind of things I was doing. And then even sometimes I would go back at night. And so then I lost, I want to say I lost probably about 70 or 80 pounds, and then I hit a plateau. And so then I went and got put on Phentermine, which is a prescription weight loss pill. And Phentermine worked really well for me. I lost a whole lot of weight on Phentermine, but the only problem with Phentermine is that you know, you have to make sure you keep your blood pressure under check, because it makes your heart rate go up, and it can cause heart problems, and it also causes dry mouth, and so it can cause tooth decay and things like that if you're not careful with it. But like I said, it worked really well for me, and I was able to lose even more weight and got down to the weight that I wanted to be at, which was about 150, maybe 160 or so. And then after that, we got into a car wreck. Me and my husband got into a car wreck, and I was not able to go to the gym anymore. And so I had to go to the chiropractor back to back to back, and I just stopped going to the gym. We fell out of the habit of going to the gym, and again, I gained my weight back. And then I just didn't really, I don't know what happened. I just kind of fell into a depression again. I opened up my business, and so I didn't really have time to go to the gym, and I gained weight back, and it didn't really matter to me. I mean, I guess it mattered to me, but at the time I was working all the time and grooming dogs constantly, and while you're grooming, you can't wear makeup or anything like that, because you know, the water from the dogs are shaking and everything's getting in your face, and so it doesn't help. And I was married, and I was comfortable in my marriage, and so I didn't feel the need to fix myself up or anything like that. And so I was very unhappy with myself when I looked in the mirror, and you know, obviously when I got in the scale and things like that. I was probably about 200 pounds or so at that point. And then I got pregnant with my daughter. I wasn't supposed to be able to have another baby. Logan was a miracle that we had afterwards. And so then when I got pregnant with Carter, we didn't know if it was gonna stick. It was one of those things where, you know, we didn't know if I was gonna have a miscarriage or, you know, anything like that. But again, I was closely monitored by a high-risk doctor, and Carter Rose, although she gave me a lot of trouble during the pregnancy, I was on bed rest and I had a lot of heart problems during my pregnancy. I was passing out. I had to wear a heart monitor. It was really hard, but I did eventually deliver Carter, and she did make it to term, and I was induced to have her. She was the only baby that I was ever induced to have because the rest of my kids, they came on their own way before or at their due date. Jasmine was pretty premature, but the rest of them were pretty close to their due date. But anyway, so Carter stayed in the longest. And then after I had Carter, I was like 268 pounds. I was really, really heavy. And I wanted to lose the weight, but I was nursing her. And, oh, that's what happened with Logan too. I nursed Logan for a year after he was born. And so that's part of the reason why I wasn't able to diet or exercise after I had Logan either. So, but anyway, so Carter, after I had Carter, I nursed her and actually am still actively nursing her, and she's almost 2 years old. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, that's way too old, you know, you shouldn't be nursing your kid by 2 years old. But that's my own personal choice, and I choose not to wean her before I feel like she's ready. When she is ready, she will self-wean. She doesn't nurse all the time. She only nurses at night and maybe once or twice during the day at this point, but that's my personal decision to still nurse her. But anyways, about my weight, like I said, I wasn't able to diet or anything like that. And so then I was worried that my milk production would go down or something like that. But then all of a sudden I was taking my daughter to the gym and stuff like that, you know, and I started my YouTube channel, still grooming, and I realized one day I was outside. I remember being out there flying a kite with my kids, and my pants fell off. Like, I was running with the kite and my pants literally fell off. And I'm like, what the heck is going on, you know? And all of a sudden the weight just started falling off. And I realized that I wasn't eating as much because I was so busy, like just with everything, with the YouTube channel, trying to take care of all the kids, and running to the gym with my daughter Jaden, who goes to the gym 3 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day, and grooming dogs, like I said, doing my YouTube channel, and taking care of the dogs we have here at the house, and cleaning, and taking care of the kids and the babies, and also Carter nursing, I'm sure made a huge difference in that. Also, I'm not really sure if having my tubes tied made a difference. I don't know if it's like a hormonal change or whatever, but I did have my tubes tied after I had Carter, and so that may have had something to do with it. But I think the big difference is my portion sizes of my food. I have noticed that from the beginning, you know, for as long as I can remember, every time I would say go to McDonald's, I would get 2 double cheeseburgers, or I would get a 10-piece nugget, or I would get a chicken sandwich and fries with extra mayonnaise. And now, because I was so busy and I wasn't eating as much, I wasn't able to eat as much. Like, I'll go to McDonald's and I'll order 2 double cheeseburgers and I can only eat 1 and I'm full. Or I'll order a chicken sandwich and fries and I'll eat half the chicken sandwich and I'll be full. Or when I eat at home, I can't eat anywhere near what I was eating before. And I know that doesn't help those of you that don't have the naturally busy lifestyle to be able to forget your hunger and things like that. So I actually have a product for you. This product was sent to me to try out in exchange for my honest opinion. I got it from Octoly and Skinnymint. They sent me these 2 gummies here, and I'm going to explain them to you in just 1 second, but I want to finish my story first. And so I plateaued on my weight loss at probably 70, 80 pounds or so. No, more than that. Probably 90 pounds or so, I want to say. And so I plateaued and I was in a size 12 pants. And they sent me these products. And so I've had these products for almost a month now, and I've been using them. And in the morning, you take 2 of these super fat burning gummies. They are green coffee bean and they are espresso flavor. Now it is extremely sweet, and so I don't like to just pop them in my mouth and chew them up. I like to chew them a little bit at a time, and it actually tastes really good. And you're supposed to take them with breakfast and a full glass of water. And then in the afternoon, you take these Hunger Buster ones, and they are Garcinia cambogia, or however you say that. And they are a pineapple flavor. You take these in the evening with your afternoon snack and a full glass of water again. These have really helped me. They helped me break my plateau that I was on. I've lost another probably 10 to 12 pounds since I started using these products. And I really enjoy both of them. They both taste really good. I like that they are sugar-free and that they are natural. They are sugar-free, gluten-free, vegetarian. See, let's make sure both of them are before I say that. Sugar-free, gluten-free, but yeah, vegetarian. This one's espresso flavor and this one is pineapple flavor. And this one has 400 milligrams of green coffee bean extract. And this one has 500 milligrams of the Garcinia ginkgo thing. And I can tell you that this absolutely does work, because even though I had cut down on my portion sizes, I realized that I was still having those cravings for those sweets in the middle of the night. And so I would get up in the middle of the night and I would make myself a cake. Like, I really like those cakes that you make, the single serving cakes. It's just a little thing of cake, and you put it in a coffee mug and you just add water and you put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then you have your own cake. I love those. I used to eat 2 every single night. And then, you know, I feel like that was what was hurting my weight loss. And so these have really, really helped with that. And I'm not sure if, I mean, I'm sure these have helped too, but these are the ones that I really like. Unfortunately, because I did gain so much weight along the time, I do have stretch marks from where I gained weight so fast each time. And that really stinks, but I am happy to have my figure back. I'm going to insert a photo now. That is a really embarrassing photo of me, but that was about a year ago, and that was at the park with my kids and my husband. And at that time, I was about 268 pounds or so, and I'm gonna stand up now and show you what I look like now, about 1 year later. Let's see. This is what I look like now. I am really happy. I don't have I have stretch marks and it's really ugly, but as you can see, I don't have any kind of restrictive device under or anything, but you can see that I have my hourglass figure back, and it makes me really happy that it's like that. It's been so long since I was able to say that, you know, and I really feel like these products have helped me. But mostly, for those of you that are wondering, I definitely recommend cutting back your portion sizes. I can't say that enough. You know, make sure, you know, your meat, you want to have like a fistful size of meat, your portion of your meat no bigger than your fist. You want to make sure you eat lots of fruits and vegetables. You want to make sure you drink lots and lots and lots of water. And I haven't done any kind of exercising. I know exercising is really good for you, and I need to do that, but I've just been so busy that I haven't been able to work out at this time. But those of you that are watching this that want to know what I did so that you can replicate the process, working out is probably a good addition to everything else. You know, I probably would have lost it even faster if I would have worked out, but unfortunately I just haven't had time. I plan on doing some squats and crunches and things like that to try to tone up my body now that I have lost pretty close to where I want to be at. If you'd like to check out these products, you can check them out at www.skinnymint.com. And again, like I said, it is the super fat burning gummy and the Hunger Buster gummies. I will leave a link to this product down in the description box if you're interested in checking it out or buying some for yourself. That's really all I have to tell you about my weight loss journey and how it's happened, and hopefully I will be able to keep the weight off and lose just a little bit more. I just want to tone up and tighten up and things like that. But for those of you that were wondering why I look so much different from when I started making videos a few months ago to now, this is why. Because I've lost quite a bit of weight. And yeah, so that's really all I have to say. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys down there. I want to thank you all for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.